and welcome back to my channel. Today we have another new at the drugstore testing, first impressions, and wear test video on the new NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. They have the Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation, and I absolutely love this foundation. So if you are interested in seeing all of my thoughts on the Born to Glow concealer from NYX, then just keep on watching. So as I said, this is the Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. Retails on nyx.ca for $12. On the NYX website itself, it looks like the product comes in 24 shades, which is pretty good, not terrible for the drugstore at all. I picked up the shade Pale, which is described as a white ivory with warm undertone. My foundation is in Fair, so perhaps I should have gone with Fair, but I went with Pale, so it might be a little bit light and brightening. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty fair, so even going to like the palest concealer, which is actually called Pale, which I don't know how I feel about that, I should be fine with that. So it says that this concealer is carefully calibrated to match our Born to Glow Naturally Radiant foundation. This guy here. The concealer will give you instantly brighter eyes in a puff, so under eye brightening. This micro pearl infused radiant concealer covers up blemishes, blurs imperfections, and boosts radiance. And then it says it is also great as a contour concealer. The built-in puff blender allows for quick, precise, no fuss application and lets you dab, blend, and beautify on the go. And then it says it is a creamy concealer. Love a good creamy concealer with buildable medium coverage and a luminous finish in 24 shades. So it's going to be glowy, it's going to brighten your under eyes, cover blemishes, blur imperfections, boost radiance. Can also be used for contour. It's creamy, it's buildable, it's medium coverage, and it has a luminous finish. Tons of claims there, which I love to be able to test against all of the claims when there's not claims. I find it a little harder to do my reviews. And then for how to use it, it just says dab directly on the skin and blend with puff applicator. So it says that you can blend it in with the applicator. I'm not going to do that. Maybe we'll try it on a spot just because, but I've dampened and I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge because that is my preferred method for testing and I'm very comfortable with it. So there does seem to be a good amount of dimethicone in there, which definitely lets you know that it is going to be blurring and more smoothing. I'm going to start by priming my skin with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I have already gone ahead and cleansed and moisturized my skin just with like very basic CeraVe moisturizer. Now I'm going to go in with this to prep, basically an extra moisturizing step. All right, I am now all prepped and ready to apply my foundation and then the concealer. So obviously using both together to see how they work together. So I'm going to go in with my Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. Again, this is in Fair. I like wearing this guy to work because it lasts a long time and it wears really nicely. It's just one of my favorites. I've been using it a lot since it first released. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my dampened Real Techniques sponge, blend it into the skin. I think it looks really nice. I'm very comfortable with this foundation at this point and I really like it. You can tell it's not the most full coverage. I could build it up, but I want to leave it in order to test out the concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and first conceal all of my spots, all of my like acne scars in here. I'm gonna go ahead and conceal those first and then we will move on to my under eyes. And I will be setting all of my under eyes. I will be setting my under eyes today and my face in general with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in Fair 05. Again, a product that I'm very comfortable with and I crease really badly if I don't set my under eyes. So it wouldn't be fair to this concealer to not do that, like to not do the steps that I normally do. My acne has been pretty good lately, but I do have very decent amount of scarring on my face. You can tell all of these spots are places where I have scars. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in with my Real Techniques sponge. Hopefully we get medium coverage from this, which is what it said. Don't think I'd say it's medium coverage. I'm gonna try letting that sit for a while and then do the other side and then maybe go back and try and build it up, but it didn't add much coverage. The finish on the skin is gorgeous. I love the way it looks. It looks very healthy and luminous. If you have like actual acne, I don't don't know how much this is going to conceal for you. Let's try blending that out. Again, my thoughts are the same on this side. I really like the finish of the concealer. I think it looks very pretty on camera and in person. The coverage isn't where I would want it to be for my spots. So, and I don't really have under eye bags or anything discoloration. It's really just to brighten up my face in general, and I also like to take it on my eyelids to prep for shadow, so I'm gonna do that. All right, going back in with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and concealing my under eyes. So as I thought, I'm really liking how it looks under the eyes. I haven't seen my under eye area looking like this hydrated and like healthy in a long time. I think it looks really nice on my lids as well. Oftentimes when I prep my lids with concealer, it's just too dry because my eyelids get incredibly dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes and my lids a little bit with the Maybelline Fit Me. Set my face, the rest of my face, like my cheek area, with the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC15. I do that like every day, and then I will come back to check in with you guys. All right, I am now done powdering the rest of my face. I think my base looks amazing. I think it looks flawless. Both of the NYX products paired very well with my powder products. I think I have the coverage that I want now. Under eyes look incredibly smooth and healthy. They don't look dry. They don't look cakey. So I'm going to call the check-in time. It's now 1:24. We will call the check-in time 1:30. I'm hanging around the house today. I have lots of laundry to do. I have editing to do. I also am going out for dinner tonight. So I have a pretty chill day, nothing crazy for the wear test, but I will try my best to keep my makeup on until like 9:30, 10:30 so we can get like at least an 8-hour wear test is what I like to do. I will come back and check in when I have done the rest of my makeup just to like see if anything's settled. Thoughts so far, not insanely full coverage, not fully medium. I would even say, I'd say it's like light to medium. I think under the eyes for me, it is like perfect. I might use this more as like a highlighting concealer. So I could see this concealer being really nice for contour like they suggested, just because it is very natural, luminous, healthy, a little bit more sheer. Liking this, definitely liking it. I like the way it looks with the foundation. I like the way it sets with powder. So we will just see how it wears throughout the day, but so far, so good. I'm enjoying it, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Hello, it is now 3:26, so like 3:30, which means it's been 2 hours since I've had this concealer on my face. I think that my under eyes look really nice. Even after like 2 hours, they don't normally look this smooth. I do have slight creasing under there. We'll see what it looks like at like 9:30, I think is when I'll do the last check-in. So we'll have an 8-hour wear test. So I will talk to you guys in 6 more hours. All right, so it is now 10:07, like just a little over 8.5 hours that my foundation and concealer have been on. The rest of my makeup wasn't on until like 2 hours later. I've looked at my skin throughout the day, and I don't think that my spots look amazing. Could have been the powder. My skin could just be especially dry right now, but I'm not crazy about how the concealer and foundation looks on like this portion of my face. Really like how it looks under my eyes and then between my brows. I think that area looks amazing. This concealer is gorgeous as under eye highlight concealer, but I'm not loving it as spot concealing. If you have acne, scarring, any of that, I'm not loving it for that. Because I love it for my under eyes and highlighting, I think it would be really great for contouring as well, which they did suggest, and I do think it worked really well as an eyeshadow primer as well. My eyeshadow looks great, hasn't creased. There also weren't claims about longevity. I forgot to mention that, but I do think it held up really well. Even like on my spots, it did hold up well. I just have concealers that I like the way they look after the amount of wear better. So that is everything that I have for you guys today. Please be sure to like this video if you did like it. Subscribe if you aren't already. I do tons of drugstore reviews especially, and then some other reviews. So if you're into those and you're watching this, that is what I like to do. So definitely subscribe so that you can watch all of those. And as always, I hope that you guys have an absolutely awesome day, and thank you so much for watching.